2025's biggest launch is probably Tesla. We're all hearing about it coming to India. Now, the Tesla model range starts with the Model 3, but its flagship is probably one of the most talked about. A controversial car known for the right reasons as well as the wrong reasons. Yes, I'm talking about its pickup, the Cybertruck. Now, Tesla's capacity is almost 3.75 lakh units per year of that car. Tesla is sitting on almost 1.9 million bookings. So that's a waiting period of nearly 4 to 5 years. Despite this, it has a lot of enthusiasts, including one in India, who has managed to import one right here. Now, all the Cybertrucks in the world are still left-hand drive, so no right-hand drive version still in India, but it's worth a look. So let's head to see one of the most powerful and quickest electric SUVs ever built, the Tesla Cybertruck Cyberbeast. Welcome to Car and Bike. My name is Girish Karkera, and today we're going to get up close and personal with one of the most talked about Teslas ever. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe to the Car and Bike channel and do hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any of our videos and content. To say that the Tesla Cybertruck has road presence is an understatement. I mean, just look at the way it is designed. Now, I know the design is a bit polarizing. There are people who absolutely love it. There are people who absolutely hate it. All of you are out there. But there is no way you can miss this car on the road. It's just the way it is designed. The sharp lines, the straight panels, and it is massive. It is almost 5.6 meters long, and that's longer than even a S-Class Maybach. So definitely it has a lot of presence. Large 20-inch wheels is another way of showing its off-road cred, and a lot of good and different design elements that you can get to see on this. Now, as I mentioned, this is Cyberbeast, so this is the top variant, but externally, design-wise, there are not many changes, and I'll quickly run you through all of them. As you can see, a lot of flat panel. This is proper stainless steel, and importantly, there is no color on this, so this is actual steel. The glass is shatterproof armored glass, and if you see this, now usually a single wiper is a case of cost cutting, but not in this case because it's massive, and a flat windscreen means one is enough and it covers the entire portion. This is operated through a button on the steering wheel, which I'll show you later. A light bar running across here, right, as you can see. They also comes with an off-road light package, which will enhance the off-road visibility. A lot of flat panels all around it. You can see here very, very sharp edges. Now, this is something very different than the rounded edges that you could see in a lot of cars, not in the Tesla Cybertruck. It's very different. It's almost like Elon Musk shouting, let me show you how it is done. Good or bad, that's a different equation altogether. Squared wheel arches, plastic, and this is 20-inch wheels, and Goodyear specifically designed for the Tesla Cybertruck. What you see here is a sort of an aero panel that goes on top of the wheel, and this is supposed to aid efficiency of this for this vehicle. A quarter glass, as prominent as it gets, a triangular shape, as you can see. This is a case for a lot of memes on Instagram as well, where they've compared it to dumpsters, but I mean, there's no missing the fact. A lot of triangular design for the glass area as well. This is darkened a little bit, it's tinted. If you come to the side now, you're wondering where the door handles are. Now, not even flush door handles. What they have done is, you can see on the B pillar, there is a button, and that opens the door. Strangely, no automatic door closure here, and you have to physically push it in. Same at the rear pillar as well. Again, a large area. Now, a lot of people confuse it with an SUV. Well, this is actually a pickup, it's not an SUV. And one of the ways where they have done it is, you see this covered area of the rear pickup loading area. Now this is a massive space, almost 3,500 liters of cargo space here. It can carry almost 1.1 ton of weight. This can tow of almost 5 ton carriage as well. Now this tonneau is also an aero element because when it is deployed, it is able to increase the efficiency of this car. And this is motorized, it's an optional fitment, so customers have to pay more for it. You just want to open the rear door. This is how you press it. There's a button for it right here. And to open the tonneau again, there are single touch buttons for opening and closing. So a lot of storage area, and it's almost 24 square feet of real estate right there. So that's a lot of space. Closing it has to be done manually. Of course, the tonneau you can close with the press of a button. Cameras all around the car, so it has 360 degrees. Everyone knows about how the self-driving mechanism is one of the selling points of any Tesla, and it is the same with the Cybertruck as well. Now this car was conceptualized specifically for Americans. They love their pickups and they love to carry cargo. And if this is not enough, there is also more loading space in the front, which is again a small suitcase can definitely go there. And if that is also not enough, the rear seats fold to make more space in the cabin. So 2 rows of seats in the Cybertruck. It's a 5-seater. There's a lot of space inside. Now, despite the sloping roof, there is enough headroom at the rear. Even at the front, as you can see, because of this being the highest position, almost 1.8 meters high from the outside, there is enough headroom here. A very, very minimalist cabin. Now, we have seen this in other Teslas as well, and recently I also had the chance of experiencing a Model 3. While that looked very Spartan, this also looks minimalist, but it does slightly better way than what the Model 3 could do. Now, there's a use of nice leather finishes for the front. There's dual color, there is ambient lighting, so it kind of uplifts your mood. The steering wheel is probably the most different portion of this interior. As you can see, it's a very different shape, almost elliptical. Now you're wondering, how do you turn the wheel completely like you would in a regular car? But you don't need to, because this is steer by wire. So a little input is able to turn the wheel considerably, and there is also rear wheel steer. There are some buttons on it. There are no stalks on the steering wheel, but there are some buttons, which is essentially for indicators, for headlamps, and even the single wiper up there, as well as cruise control. Most of the controls are through these touchscreen, and I'll come to that later. A lot of space, as you can see, there's right here, and you can keep stuff. There are 2 cup holders in the center console. There is place to keep your phone, maybe your wallet as well. A little storage area right here. The door pockets are massive, and it comes with a 15-speaker music system, which is really top-notch, and it has been engineered specifically by Tesla. It's not outsourced. Now, in all this, if you are driving, you're wondering where the drive lever is. Well, there is none. So to operate that, you can do it through these buttons, which are on the roof. As you can see, it's right there. And believe it or not, through the touch screen, there is a function right here which says PRND, and that is what you can use to drive, reverse, or put it in neutral, or put it in park. The AC is very powerful. We are in a very hot city of Surat in Gujarat in peak summer, and the AC is really working very well here. So all in all, a big car feel is what you get from here. Now let us see what we get at the rear. This rear of the Cybertruck is another very happy place, essentially because it has a lot of space. Now typically in pickups, the second row is not where there is a lot of space, but here it is. It's a very long car. As you can see, my height is around 5'8", and I have more than enough legroom, more than enough headroom despite the sloping roof. In terms of creature comforts, you get a glass sunroof which is tinted, and there is a screen as well, which you can use to watch multimedia, also control the AC. This is a 5-seater vehicle, best for 4. The center passenger, I think it's ideal if it's a child, because one is that you don't get a proper headrest and not enough room to stretch your legs, but it is a flat floor. And the best part about this seat, maybe from a child's point of view, is one is you have the screen. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Plus there is a great view of the front windscreen, almost like a driver's view, because you're sitting right at the center. Typically in a lot of cars, the rear seats are raised a bit so that you get a good view of the front, but here it is almost at the same level as the front seat, so that is another thing. Bottle holders, again, a lot of space right here, a flat floor as I told you. Now the seats do not recline, they are comfortable, at least for the passengers on the side. The backrest angle is fine, it's a one piece, there is no separate headpiece, and the way to fold the seat is that you pull the lever on the side and this bench goes up. So if someone wants to carry more luggage, there will be a lot of additional room here. Now there are two touch screens in the Cybertruck. One is this, an 18.5 inch, which is on the front dashboard. There is also a smaller one, which is a 9 inch at the rear, where there are a lot of controls. You wouldn't believe the kind of things that they have given it. So as you can see, there are no AC controls. AC controls are right here, and that is, we've seen in some other cars as well. But what we don't know is that you can even open the glove box through this, because there is no physical button. You can even change the position of the steering wheel through the controls over here. A lot of external functions as well. I told you about the way to drive it, where you can use the touch screens to either put it in reverse, neutral or drive. As you can see on this, it's a very nice and easy to use touchscreen function. It's very quick, unlike a lot of touchscreens that are there on the cars. And you can see some of the functions you can do from here. So like, as you see, when the car is stopped, it goes on to the entry height, which is the lowest position, but you can adjust it through here. The other way is you can even open the rear loading areas cover through this. You can even open the frunk as well, and every time someone opens the door, it is seen right here. However, like some of the Chinese cars, we are not able to close it from here, and you have to still do it manually. A lot of other functions for this can be accessed through this center console, or you can go to the vehicle settings. Controls for a lot of things, as you can see, the ride height, tonneau, headlights, and steering adjust. Like I told you about, the way to adjust it is I have to do this, and if you can tilt it towards the, so what I have to do is I have to use this to put it down, scroll it down. If I scroll it up, it goes in, and if I have to push it inside, I have to press on the right side, and if I press it on the left side, it will come out. So this might be a bit more over engineering. Of course, it's easy to do. You're not going to do it every time, so that you can do it once and leave it at that. There are driver profiles, so every time you sign in with a particular driver profile, the steering, the mirrors and all can be adjusted through there. Other things that you can do, the dynamic controls, the drive modes that you can go to, comfort, standard, beast mode, custom and off-road. This is a function that not a lot of Indians use. This is mainly for America, where towing and hauling can be done. The charging, as you can see, the charge limit 100%, and it's currently showing 448. This is the top Cyberbeast version, so the range is the lowest in this because it is the quickest, and that's still acclaimed around 515 kilometers. The top variant can go around 583. You can open the charging port from here. You can schedule the charging. 5 outlets that you can see. A lot of external vehicle charging can also be done through a 240 volt charger. So you can charge another car for an hour. An hour's charging from a Tesla Cybertruck will give around 50 kilometers range to another car. Autopilot function, one of the USPs of any Tesla, and all the controls right here. The locks can be adjusted to this. This is the Tesla key card. There is no physical key, but this is the card that you need to keep in the car to switch it on. Lights, seats, display, and safety. Now that's another beast because there are around 6 cameras around the vehicle, and this comes with a 5-star American NCAP safety rating as well. A Cybertruck gets a massive 123 kilowatt hour battery that is able to power an average American home for nearly 3 days, is what Tesla claims. Now, this architecture can take 325 kilowatt charging at the max and is capable of going 200 plus kilometers in just 15 minutes of charging. There are 2 wall box chargers. The smaller can charge the car at 48 kilometers per hour. It's a portable charger that costs roughly 50,000 rupees. And there is a larger box that can charge 70 kilometers per hour, and that costs a lakh rupees additionally. Now, this is the Cyberbeast version. There are 3 versions of the Cybertruck, and those are the Cyberbeast, which is the top of the line. Then there is an all-wheel drive and a long-range one. Now, as the name suggests, the long-range one has the longest range, which is 583 kilometers, but it is only rear-wheel drive. It can do 0 to 100 in 6.2 seconds and has a top speed of 180 kilometers. In terms of value, it is also the cheapest and costs close to 1.1 crore lakh, equivalent if it were to come to India. The mid version is the all-wheel drive. It has more range than the top Cyberbeast, but is slower than the Cyberbeast and can do 0 to 100 in 4.1 seconds and a top speed of 183 kilometers. This has around 600 bhp and costs an equivalent of 1.24 crore. The Cyberbeast is the top of the line, is the one we are driving here, which costs upwards of 1.7 crores. It can do 0 to 100 in 2.6 seconds only. It makes a whopping 833 bhp of power and has a top speed of 200 kph. Driving the car is fairly a different feeling because you get a big car feel almost immediately thanks to the wide expanse, the wide dashboard. You're sitting high, you're sitting tall, and you know that you're sitting in something really massive. The steering wheel you need to get a little used to because it is almost like a go-kart steering wheel. Point it and the car is immediately in that direction, also helped by the rear wheel steer. The ride quality is plush and it immediately feels like an SUV. The weight of the car can be immediately felt though. Putting the car into drive or reverse mode or even parking through buttons on the roof is a little awkward, but it's something different you cannot find on any other car. There is 360-degree acoustic glass which keeps the cabin quiet, and also the glass sunroof can filter out UV rays, making this a comfortable cabin even in the searing heat that we were testing the car in. A Cybertruck comes with level 3 ADAS and it has self-driving capability, which is allowed in certain countries like the US but not in India. Even if it were allowed, that's an additional cost which is close to 10 to 15 lakh rupees. There are different drive modes and trailer modes to choose from. There is a slippery surface, which is generally for mud and sand. There is an overland drive mode for snow and gravel. And there is a wade mode that raises the height and pressurizes the battery. Our Tesla Cybertruck may or may not come to India, even if Tesla comes to India, essentially because it's a left-hand drive car and there is no right-hand drive version. However, as a statement, it says a lot. Now, it may not be a practical solution for a country like India, and it may have its lovers and it may have its haters, but a car like this cannot be missed. It has unmistakable presence, it is quick as a road runner, and there is no denying the fact that this will catch attention, which is what its potential owners can look forward to. So over the years that it has been on sale, we know that it is not without flaws, but still there is a lot to like and love about this car. It's exactly what EVs could be, and it shows us a plethora of ideas that EVs can be based on. Unfortunately, given its price, it's not a car that is meant for everyone, but a select few. But even if it is on the road, it will definitely get a smile on your face. If this video has also brought a smile on your face, don't forget to share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up.